Here's Brody Brazil.
Elvis Andrus, healthy again. Was that like the last homestand or second to last homestand? He was rounding third, essentially, for lack of broken fibula, and still managed to score. Like literally broke it rounding third. So that puts you still about 86 feet away from home plate. I'll never forget it. Dove head first, kind of didn't get up. Was it a game-winning run, too? Gosh, it wasn't that long ago, but I do remember it being an important run scored in that game, and he couldn't get up. And it was because it was a high ankle sprain with the broken fibula. But it happened at the end of the season, which in a way was very frustrating because it was kind of another gut punch for the Oakland A's. By that point, they were, long gone out of contention, playoff contention, but it was also worry because it happened so late in the season. It made you think that if there were complications, surgery, recovery, that Elvis, under contract for this year, wouldn't be ready for this year. But he is, and so that's a very good thing. He came over from Texas at the start of last year after 12 years with the Rangers and did not enjoy the start he wanted at all. And he was trying to make the best impression possible, even for a veteran like him, comfortable in this league, but at the same time, this was a new experience, walking into a new clubhouse that wasn't the Rangers. And it was familiar because it was the Oakland A's as an opponent, it's not going to a different planet, so to speak. But I know he didn't get to make that first impression like he wanted. Now, there were some injury things. He once said that there were some other, maybe even off-field issues or things going on. And I'll leave it at that because I never want to speculate. But whatever it was, he just didn't have a really good start. But I will say, mid-season to late season, he was one of the most critical, consistent players. And his average went up. And, the amount of errors he made at the beginning of the year, defensively really tightened things up. It was a strong finish for Elvis. It was basically, by the end of the year, exactly what you thought you'd get. Now, I also want to point out, too, in terms of the slow start and coming over, this wasn't just about Elvis. This was also about the absence of Marcus Semien. Huge cleats to fill for any, new A's player and what A's fans were expecting. But I'll go back to this. When people think about the A's this year and how many games they might lose and all the turnover and transition and what's this season even going to be like, I said before that Sean Murphy as catcher is one of your backbone positions. And so long as you have a player like that, things aren't going to be as bad as anybody might expect. And the same thing goes here with shortstop and Elvis. You've got a veteran, you've got a team leader, you've got consistency, you've got a known commodity in number 17. And that's defensively, but also I'm going to say here lengthening the lineup, and I put question mark. It's not if he can do that. My question is that how Mark Kotsay and the A's will use him? I mean, you could have him hitting in the top half, but I also see value in keeping him, for example, last year, was he hitting 7th or 8th a lot? And all of a sudden, when the bat woke up, just leave him there. Don't try and move him around. Don't try and, you want to reward him, but he knows. He doesn't need that, pat on the back. He knows. So Elvis, for me, might be a guy where strategically you hit him 7th or 8th, even though he's capable of way more than that. Lengthen your lineup, have him play that important shortstop position, and Elvis is going to benefit the A's this year. Here's a weird one for you, though. 272 career hitter. So I think his average might have went down overall, just a couple points. Did he go into last year a 274 career hitter? And at one point was hitting, barely over 200. So he caught up very quickly, hit 243, so didn't even get close to 272. But hey, hits 270-something this year, you'd be very satisfied with that. But he's a 219 career hitter at the Coliseum? Come on! What's going on there? He's got a lot of ABs in Oakland over all those years in the American League West. So hopefully things turn for him and he gets a little home field advantage with the bat. But last year he hit 243, 37 RBI in 146 games. All of that after 12 years with Texas. And if I'm correct, the only reason he missed games at the end was largely the injury. And I can't remember, did he have another child last year? Was that a reason he missed a game or two or a couple? I'm trying to recall. Anyway, the point is, the reason I'm suggesting that, such a durable individual, such a durable player, what happened at the end was a freak and a fluke thing. It'll be good to have him in the lineup as much as the A's can in 2022.